Alright, welcome to my Hyundai Veloster full case study breakdown. You guys, I'm guessing you just watched the Instagram video and now you want to watch exactly how I did this flip. In this video, I'm going to be going over literally everything specifically I did, each action I actually took from A to Z on how I made $3,000 on one flip. So let's get straight into it. Okay, first step, of course, is you need to find your cars. So you can either do this manually or automatically. The best places to find them are obviously just anywhere where most people are listing their cars. So 90% of my deals are Facebook Marketplace, not even going to lie. Gumtree, car sales. Car sales can be better than you think sometimes. Even though car sales gives you, it sort of tells people what their cars are worth, roughly. You can still pick up bargains on there, even though it straight up tells them what their car's worth. People just don't think, I swear. Auctions can sometimes be good, but you need to be super active for auctions, I find. Even this one here, even Facebook groups, so buying and selling groups, there are plenty of good opportunities on there if you know what to look for. The list is here: Facebook, Gumtree, Marketplace, newspaper. Even the newspaper has listings for cars. Auctions, door knocking, and car sales. Or you can use our go-to instant alerts app, which I personally use. Notifies my phone constantly with new cars in my area. Speed is very important. So if you're targeting newest listings on Facebook Marketplace, car sales, Gumtree, you need to be fast because we're going for the newest ones. So obviously, intuitively, we need to be very, very quick. So the way you do this is you go vehicles category, you set the date to newest first, and you'll get a feed of all the newest listings. One thing to keep in mind that nobody will tell you is that Facebook will ban you if you spam it too hard. If you're checking every 5 minutes, it'll get to a point where you're shadow banned. You won't be able to see any good deals for like sometimes hours, sometimes days. And if you keep doing it, even though you're banned, sometimes weeks, and it can be very, very painful. So avoid spamming it. Try to do it at peak times. Try to check for cars at peak times. So the Veloster, I actually managed to find it on Gumtree specifically. That's where I found that deal. She put it up. It was very vague. So she put the car up as a 2013 Hyundai Veloster, 238Ks in very good condition from what I could see inside and out. However, her description said transmission issues. And I was thinking, this, just based on the whole ad, I read it and this person doesn't really know what they're talking about. Even if they did, it still is the best move for me to call them. So I rang them up and straight away it was a lady, and I very quickly caught on, okay, she doesn't know anything about cars. That's perfect, right? Because she's labeled it as transmission issues. A lot of other people, other car flippers, other people looking for a car will read that and they'll be scared away. But not me. I'm going to put in the extra effort and I'm going to investigate every single vague ad. I'm going to investigate them all. So yeah, had her on the phone. She says, oh, it has this funny thing. It drives really good. It drives really good most of the time. Once I heard that, I was like, well, if it has transmission issues, it's very unlikely that it's going to be driving good, right? So a little bit of insider knowledge on cars, of course. But if you're more mechanically minded than me, even better. A lot of people are. A lot of the students actually are already. But yeah, so she was saying it drives really good when it does drive, but sometimes it doesn't start properly and then it doesn't shift into gears. It's a transmission issue. And I didn't say, no, it's not a transmission issue. I wanted to investigate further. So what I did is I went there. So I went there and I followed a detailed inspection routine, pretty much the one my brother made for me because he's actually a third year apprentice. He does inspections every single day. So yeah, followed the routine. I followed what my mechanic recommends to check as well. When I got there, I started the car. It drove amazing, by the way. It drove so good. Felt like it had new shockies and all this stuff. It was clearly very well maintained from what I could tell. All of this, of course, how to actually inspect a car is going to be inside the Auto Select Academy when we drop it. What else? So yeah, I'm with the customer. I'm looking at the car. In my mind, I'm going, okay, right. It sometimes does it, It drives amazing. It actually didn't do the issue she was talking about whilst I was there. So that actually made it a little bit harder to like make the issue. It made it harder to negotiate because I didn't see the issue. She was just telling me it was there. But what I did is I determined the cost of the issue's worst case. I searched up Hyundai Veloster forums on Reddit. I described the problem. There were a couple of people talking on there about sensors, which I was very pleased to see. I called my mechanic as well, and I also asked ChatGPT. ChatGPT can be a little vague sometimes, but you just put in literally everything you can possibly think of that it's doing. Was the car on a hill? Was the car cold when it happened? All these things. Is the key definitely... It's definitely not the key. Does it happen with both keys interchangeably? All these things. Give it as much information as you can. And I got it to describe a worst case scenario for me. And it was saying between GPT and my mechanic, with like 30 years experience, they were both saying, look, it's probably computer related. Worst case, ECU. Okay? I was already thinking, yes, it's electronic. But between these two sources, it confirmed that it's worst case ECU. But prior to that, it's probably just something electronic. Okay? So with this in mind, I budgeted $1,000 worst case, which, who knows, it could have gone sour, but I've had a very good feeling about this one after talking to everybody. I negotiated and I made an offer. I negotiated very hard. She wanted $4,000. I gave her 2.8. After I think I started at 1.8, to be honest. But yeah, the only reason, something to add here, the only reason I was able to get it to 2.8 is because I had built so much liking principle, right? So the 80-20 of sales, I always say this, is liking principle. So if the seller likes you, you're liaising with them, they're happy. Oh yeah, how's your day? Lovely suburb you're in, all these things. You're talking about other things in the car. You're almost building a connection with them, like a friendship as well. They're going to be a lot easier on you when it comes to negotiating. So this actually helped me out a lot in this case, because it was a lady, and her husband was at work, and it's her car, so it was just me and her talking about the car, and yeah, that helped a lot. I then gave her the money, and then I took paperwork out, signed up the dealership paperwork, all that stuff. So yeah, bought it 2.8k. Okay, so selling, step one is obviously improve everything. So the order that you do this in is critical. What was it? A Mazda 3 I broke even on recently. The reason I broke even on it is because I did mechanical stuff last, like an idiot. I got paint done, and then I did mechanical. And the paint ended up costing 1.4k. So what you want to do is you want to be very, very careful on rushing it. So step one is always fix what's mechanically wrong with it first, because often that's going to be the point of improving a car that can cost the most or the least. It's very random. It's very hard to speculate exactly what it's going to cost unless you're personally a mechanic yourself, right? So this could have cost $1,000. It could have cost $50. It ended up costing $120. Replace that sensor right there. Do not replace stuff with GOS. I made the mistake of putting a GOS part in there. I put a brand new GOS part in, $120. Put it in, started the car, and the issue happened every single time. There was no driving the car, so the car was stationary. So I went and replaced the GOS part, refunded it $100 back, and I got I think it was a Trident part, $120, $20 extra. Put it in, started the car, fixed the problem entirely. It never happened to me again. I made sure to drive it around heaps before selling it too, just to make sure. Next step, so mechanical, then paint. On this one in particular, there was absolutely no paint to do. The paint was immaculate. I gave it a polish though. I then detailed the car past dealership level. You want to detail it to the point where it looks brand new. It's immaculate. Every stain is ripped out of the seats. Even the splashes on the headliner. There was a bit of a coffee splash on one of them the other day, and we managed to take it all out with a soap sprayer and vacuum. Everything detailing wise and improving the cars all inside auto select engine or the Aussie Car Flips Academy. It's all in there. Comprehensive improvement guide, complete negotiating guide, everything's there, all in separate videos. Okay, so you want to take the right photos, construct the perfect ad, nice clear centered photos from each angle of the car. Obviously there's 2 more there, and then nice interior shots. Show off that clean interior that you've put so much effort into, I guess, making immaculate, right? Show off the interior. Sometimes I'll get a photo of the engine bay if it looks nice and tidy, and I'll also get the logbooks and I'll place them on the seat nice and neatly. I'll sort out all the receipts. I'll put all the previous service receipts in order of date, and I'll fold them up perfectly, and I'll put them in the thing, and I'll put the 2 keys on the logbook, and I'll snap a photo of that. It just makes it look super professional. Everything's there. And then, of course, sell the car to an easy customer. Now, selling the car, in short, selling the car to an easy customer comes down to how well did you improve the car, right? How good is the product? If the product's perfect, the customer is going to be perfect. If the product's half-assed, not that clean, the papers are all a mess, it's going to be a much harder sell. Trust me. You just perfect the car first, and then when you sell it, it'll be easy. And I'm getting spammed, but oh, you guys can't see that. Perfect. Okay, but other than that, that's pretty much the full process. If you guys want more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube and follow me on Instagram, Aussie Car Flips. Make sure you follow, because very, very soon I'm going to be dropping the Aussie Car Flips Academy. Still deciding on a few things. I'm trying to make as much content as I possibly can to put in there for you guys. It's got everything. It's got how to find cars, where to find cars, what prices to buy them at. It's got what brands to avoid, what brands to go for. It's literally got everything to teach you exactly how to flip cars in Australia. All you need to do is just follow me on Instagram and just stay tuned. But I'm going to be only opening 10 slots at the start, because I want to just make sure everyone in there is killing it first before we continue to develop. So early access coming soon, I guess you could say. And I'll see you guys in the next video.